What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. This was gonna be, I was gonna do a little like post NFL playoff, week one, whatever, wild card weekend market update. And I was looking at stuff, and yeah, Dimes is obviously up, Lawrence is up. I'm gonna pull a bunch of charts and graphs, and then I started with the Purdy, Brockster, and I said, well, we're not looking at anyone else. We're just gonna talk about this. Obviously, Purdy mania is sweeping the nation, and boy, oh boy, FOMO is a hell of a drug. If you don't know what FOMO is, it is fear of missing out. I honestly would like to know this. If you're a viewer of this channel and you are currently purchasing Brock Purdy cards on the secondary market, what is your plan? Are you just, and part of this, and this is 100% valid, so I don't want to crap on this. If you're just a fan of the 49ers and you want one of his cards and you want it right now because you want to ride and die with it throughout the NFL playoffs, okay, I get it. Probably not a smart purchase decision at current prices, but I can at least do some justification there. Because I don't understand who or why people are paying what they're paying for this stuff. Have we learned nothing? Have we learned absolutely nothing? Or is it just that people think they could get these, grade them, and get them to market super fast? And they think the 49ers are going to keep winning, which could absolutely happen. People that are purchasing these could potentially be rewarded if they keep winning. Maybe his card values continue to go up. Some of this stuff, I don't think it matter what happens, they're not going to keep going up. We'll give specific examples here in a second. But I would just love to know what the thought process is to pay $62 for a Brock Purdy Mosaic base card. That's what they're going for right now. And they spiked because of the win. They were $45 when they first hit the market, and they went up to $62 after the win. Now, Mosaic's only been on the market for a week. We see this every time a new product comes out. Prices start super high, and then they come down extremely quickly as a bunch of supply hits the market. But Brock is bucking the trend. And I should mention Brock saving breakers' asses for 2022 football product. This class was gonna suck for breakers. There was no good quarterbacks. I guess you could consider Pickett. They would have made him a good quarterback, whether he was good or not. If you hit anything Pickett, you would have got a bunch of let's goes and holy smokes, what a hit, and you're rich and all this other nonsense. But now they got the Brockster to lead the product, the chase. People that do pick your teams that were pricing them are thanking their stars for Brock Purdy. I just don't understand the logic to run out and buy this stuff and I guess just hope they keep winning and maybe it goes up. The thing with the base card is, even if they keep winning, it could go down because of the amount of supply that's going to hit the market, and it's Mosaic. It's not even one of the main products. Does Mosaic have some cool parallels? Yes. Like this red, I'm not going to lie, this red looks pretty good. I mean, he's in, a t-shirt and shorts. That's a cool looking card. I'll admit it. Sure. Is that worth $240 raw? And it came out the gates at $125. That card's up 90% off of one win. Listen, Purdy, he was good. He played really well. Is he the second coming of Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes? No. No, he's not. I'm willing to go out on that limb. Is he good? Is he decent? Is he a pretty good quarterback? Yeah. He made some good throws. He looks pretty good. He's on the best team in the NFL. He has Christian McCaffrey as his running back. He has Deebo Samuel, one of the most dynamic offensive weapons in the league. And he looks fine. But, really? We're 3 years into the modern sports card collecting, investing, whatever you want to call it, space. Is there really just that many fans like that are like, oh nope, gotta have the Brock card. We're gonna ride or die. I guess you can view it as a form. I mean, sports cards are gambling. They 100% are to a degree, especially if you're ripping wax. But is this just a different form of gambling? I mean, that's really all we're doing. If you're buying to resell later, you're essentially just placing a prop bet on that player. Is this just people saying like, sure, I'll spend $200 on this Mosaic Red in the hopes that he makes a Super Bowl run? I'll bet my $200 that maybe I could turn it into $400 because he goes to the Super Bowl. And then, okay, cool, he loses. It drops to 150 or it drops to 100. But I spent 200. I lost 100 in air quotes, but I still have the card. And maybe it goes up next year. Is that like the thought process that if this blows up in their face, they still have the card in hand to flip later? Or is it just that 49er fans are like, nope, I need all the Brock and I need it now. I need it on display on my desk every time I watch the 49ers from here on out. And if it's as simple as that, cool. Hey, peace be with you. Go do your thing. But like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I pulled some prices up for comparison's sake. His base his base Mosaic Raw, $62. The red is going for $240. And like I said, those are up and up a ton since initially hitting the market, which you don't typically see. Usually the stuff goes down. Here's Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow for comparison's sake. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow in a PSA 10. PSA 10 Mosaic base go for $50 for Herbert, $72 for Burrow. Raw Purdy is going for $62. Would you rather have a Raw Purdy or a PSA 10 Burrow or Herbert? Obviously, the Herbert's a little bit cheaper. The Burrow's a little bit higher. What do these cards go for, Raw, you might ask? Well, I have the answer. Burrow, $8. Herbert, $9. Obviously, raw value on these is going to fluctuate a few bucks here or there because the condition can vary greatly on raw. And that's the other thing about Mosaic. For the people paying $60, if you think you're going to buy these up and then submit them to the PSA and get a bunch of PSA 10s or SGC or whatever, good luck. Mosaic QC is usually pretty bad. And if you're sending these things off, listen, I know you're not going to maximize your money. I would be sending the SGC and getting these things back before the next game even starts. Really, I would. Send the SGC on a Monday. They're graded by the end of the week. You might not have them back in hand yet, but you'd have seller-ready images that you could post from the time as soon as they pop the grading. While they're shipping back to you, you could already have them listed on eBay. Like if you, and I am not endorsing this at all. I do not think this is a smart maneuver in the grand scheme of things. This could blow up in your face. But if you're going to do it, that's the path to take. This is a hell of a gamble. It really, really is. Let's look at another one. This is a fun one. His Mosaic Auto, going for about $700. There's one that ended on bids a couple hours ago at $698. You see a $750 crossed off, $699. Just someone straight binned it. These were going for about $400 to $450 a week ago. Obviously, this product just came out, so they're up $300 or $400. I was curious on what a Burrow and Herbert did on these for 2020. And I'm using them as the bench line just because they have a lot of hype behind them. They are very popular players. We kind of know where they sit. Here's a Burrow. This sold 2 days ago. $600. Raw. Same exact card. Would you rather have a $700 Purdy or a $600 Burrow? If Burrow beats the Bills this weekend, is that still going to be a $600 card? I don't know. If Purdy wins again, is it going to keep going up? I have no idea. These prices are crazy. How about Herbert? Herbert, $620 to be fair. This was a week ago prior to... loss isn't even a strong enough of a term for what happened in that game this past weekend. Whatever that was, the football game that was played by two teams, one of them for a full 4 quarters, one of them for 2 quarters, that happened this past weekend. So this card is probably less than that today. Maybe not by a ton, maybe $550. I don't really know, but that's the most recent sale. $620, also cheaper than Brock. I I don't know what we're doing anymore. I really don't. And this is nothing new. I should not be surprised by any of this. We see this all the time with this sort of nonsense when this stuff first comes out, but this is to the extreme. This could not be a more well-timed release for his stuff to be hitting the market. Like, people are ripping Spectra right now, hopefully pulling Brock Purdy with actual 49ers patches in the cards, not the Dolphins or the Redskins or who the hell knows who else. But this is just wild. Once again, if you are actively chasing Brock Purdy right now, if you save searches and you're bidding up a storm and smacking bins, what's the logic? Is it just the gamble that he's going to keep winning? And if that's the case, then okay, that's a play. It's not one that I would make, and I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the freaking time. I'm just curious what the thought process is behind running out and snagging Purdy, FOMOing into it. This is 100% FOMO. 100%. We'll close with this. What does the Brock Purdy auto sell for March 1st? I guess a lot of it would come down to if they win, or how much they're going to win or not. But even if they win, I feel like this card would come down a little bit. Is this card really going to sell for more than Herbert and Burrow? It just seems wild to me. I guess if they win a Super Bowl, they win a Super Bowl. Who knows? But I'm willing to bet on the side of them not winning at all, even though they might be the favorites. I haven't looked at the odds. It's just wild stuff. A 7th round quarterback. And, maybe one day, 20 years from now, some crazy YouTuber or whatever, VR tube, whatever we're doing then, we'll be going back and looking at this video when Brock Purdy's won 12 Super Bowls. And they're like, look at these idiots. Look at this idiot crapping all over Brock Purdy. It could happen. It absolutely could happen. We'll see what happens. Interesting run here for the 49ers and for 2022 football product as it releases into the max hype cycle for this. Imagine if we had Prism right now, or National Treasures, heaven forbid, with fake Walmart patches. That's all I got for you guys and girls today. Curious for your thoughts and comments down below. As always, we will catch you on the next one. Peace.